the sake of editing. Hi.
Hi.
Is this your first words?
First official. Yeah.
Wow. In like 9 days or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 days.
Wow. How would you describe how you feel in this moment?
That's hard to describe. It's amazing. A lot of sensation as we've been trained to observe throughout the week. Sensation is everywhere and everything between right now. So without being focused on expressing myself, I'm absorbing everything. I'm like a sponge. And it is a huge journey. Yeah. And I apologize. I'm having a difficult time articulating this all right now.
It makes sense. I mean, you're just coming out of 9 days of silence
Right.
and deep feeling and introspection, and words can feel really weird when we come out of such deep experiences. Yeah, how would you describe your overall time at Vipassana?
When I first was exposed to Vipassana, I read about it. I saw the interviews. I saw the website and even a book that Jorge lent to me, Michael Glickman, I think, Beyond the Breath, described Vipassana and how to prepare for it, but nothing can prepare me, nothing prepared me for 5 days of the most excruciating gluteus maximus pain I've ever had. And I am a Gen Xer, so I grew up with corporal punishment, so this is a lot. But I wanted to say that that's 4 days. And after that 4 days began a tremendous transformation in my mind, in my body. The one thing that I understand with how this Vipassana is set up, it's very, very obvious to me that Jorge has done over 100 of these because everything it's meticulously planned, but it doesn't look like it. It's smooth and flowing, and it's probably the most well-orchestrated boot camp I've ever been to. And I have been to boot camp. I have to say that, to give a little backstory, I'm a veteran of Operation Just Cause, Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm. I was a battlefield medic. Saw a lot of trauma, saw a lot of death, a lot of hardships and death in general. And because of that, I began my journey. I wanted to look outside of human consciousness or see if there's any other path that explained all this. The death and dying and the experiences that I was seeing. And to help me cope with it too.
Really?
Very, very much so, because I had military doesn't give you a coping mechanism for trauma other than professionalism. That's your shield, is professionalism. You can always, maintain a straight face and march on forward. But it didn't work for me behind the scenes. So I reached out, stretched out, and investigated just about every spiritual and magical system I could possibly find. I hung out with Chicken Man at Marie Laveau's House of Voodoo in New Orleans, learned some of the basics of voodoo. I was a member of a coven for a short time. It was a beautiful experience, wonderful experience. High magic, earth magic, pagan magic, Wiccan, anything to try to get an answer, right? I stayed in a commune similar, or I can't say similar to this at all, I should say similar in idea, that it was a group of people working together, working off the land in an eco-friendly environment, but spiritually studying Sanskrit, Agnihotra, and practicing mantras. And so I went as far and wide as I possibly could. So by the time I came to work for Plexus, for Jorge, and understood, or at least got introduced to Vipassana, I felt like I had a pretty good idea about it, and I thought right then that it was immediately the most excellent rocket ship platform that anyone could ever have. And I'll get into that later, and I apologize, it's just the more I talk, the more it's just kind of flowing out, but nothing could prepare me for the experience that I've had these past 10 days as far as transformation of mind, body, and spirit.
Wow.
The threefold path has transformed tremendously for me. Because, again, he's done 100 of these things, so I understand, and I trusted throughout the entire process. There was not a minute of time in which I was wondering about anything. I knew that you, and as one of the instructors, and Jorge, and everyone had everything under control and knew exactly what time to do what. You know, even as far as the yoga postures, which I've never done yoga before. Okay, that's one thing I've never got into it. I experienced a significant shift in body energy afterwards, and I'm still feeling that. It's tingly, it's exciting, it's energizing.
So you're saying with your entire background of like your professionalism and your experiences with spiritualities and even like quote unquote like covens and cults, these 10 days have been the most transformational experience, mind, body, and soul.
And I'll tell you why. When I talked about before, and I think Jorge and you may have alluded to this being the launch platform. And I want to make this really clear. I swear to God, with all my experience, I've seen this Vipassana, the Vipassana experience, as the ultimate launch pad to begin a transformation even beyond this 10-day event. This is where we start. This is the wave that propels the surfers. And I wanted to shout out and give Jorge a personal message about this. About addressing the need or necessity to do more Vipassanas in the future. Yes, do one next month, do one the month after, do one the month after that, because it's important. This is the launch pad. This is the wave that's going to support thousands of surfers into their spiritual being. This is what starts the birthing process. We are at a point in our evolution in the world experience that we have seen so much trauma. We continue to see so much trauma and death and general confusion that an event like this, a 10-day focused event like this, takes, let's say, how many people came? What, 15? 15 balls of chaotic energy came through the gate, including myself. Just energy going everywhere. Within those 10 days, we were focused down to a laser light. And as any scientist will tell you, a laser light focused at anything will burn right through it and will create a force that's hard to reckon with, let's say. Creating a conscious focused energy field in any direction is going to create success in any direction. Any of the magical disciplines, the spiritual disciplines, the religions, you or Jorge had mentioned at one time that meditation is an integral part in just about all these religions, and in the mystic part of all of the religions. There's the reasoning. They all needed that launch pad to launch their mystical and spiritual existence and consciousness into where it needed to be to create miracles. And create is the key word. Creation and love are synonymous. I'm sorry, how much take do we have?
We've got
I will try not to babble a lot, but I want to say
you're the one editing it. You got this.
Oh God. I'm editing myself. This is going to be hard.
I know, it's like how on camera.
So what I want to say is love and creativity are synonymous. Scientifically, we have a concept for chaos. We call it entropy. Left to anything, left to itself, will eventually seek its own destruction. Saying it's a tendency towards maximal randomness. Anything. The Big Bang is an example. Focused potential, endless chaos, until a point in which some sentient being or some representative of the universe, whatever you want to call it, decided to take one particle and put another particle together, despite the fact that they wouldn't join naturally. The odds of the human body being created spontaneously are 4 million to the power of 97, something, an astronomically large number of odds against the idea of, the human body being assembled spontaneously. Something had to create that, to create us. Anyway, so we have this force of entropy, which seeks total chaos. It's a natural force in the universe. What's the other force? Love, creativity. And I want to go beyond what some people might call romantic version of love into the cosmic version of love. We, I think, should probably redefine that sense. In this new age, we need to redefine love as something beyond a romance novel. We need to call it the act of creation. Two, a man and woman come together to create a child. In one way or the other, a child is created from the union or the alchemy, let's say, of two objects. The basic force of taking one particle and putting it together with another particle versus entropy is, to me, the reason why we're here. I want to take that back beyond from space where I went and say it's all about love and it's all about creation. They're the same thing. In that regard, as far as whether or not Jorge needs to do these Vipassana courses every month, yes, he does. He's doing it next month, month after that, month after that, month after that, because everything that he does in such a loving, beautiful way. I'm just so impressed with. I continue to be impressed with, and I mean, let me go off on a tangent really quick. If there's a comic book version of a Doctor Strange magician that controls and master the mystic arts, right? He has a mentor, the ancient one, who's like the most wisest person in the universe, who understandably has the knowledge of the universe. Jorge's probably up there pretty far because he understands it. He knows that love is the key. And he knows that love and creativity is the key. Last night's dance party was unbelievably a great example. Creation of this beautiful show of energy and movement and life. Life is just two particles put together versus a universe of entropy. Jorge, he takes a 10-day course like this and takes huge balls of chaotic energy like myself and everyone else that comes through that gate, focuses our efforts or allows us to be trained to focus our efforts into a laser light to point in any direction we want to.
Do you believe anybody could benefit from this course?
Everybody could.
Everybody.
Here's the thing too, is beyond a normal Vipassana course, which I don't really understand Vipassana courses yet, but I understand they're pretty rigid. There's kind of a structured, rigid, heavy schedule.
Yeah.
What Jorge's done is take that and put a candy shell around it, which, my God, is I'm preaching to the choir because you know it and he knows it from 100 of these things. It's exactly what people need to swallow the pill.
Right.
And swallow the pill, the training that it takes to get through that 15 hours a day of excruciating gluteus maximus pain.
Right.
to get to the point of this explosion of light in your head that just that envelops you and loves you and surrounds you and says, yeah, here I am. Your body says, yeah, here I am.
So it sounds like you feel transformed and different.
Very much.
Very much. Do you feel that this will be a lasting impact on the rest of your life, like all other areas of your life?
Hard to tell.
Hard to tell?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to say yes. And that's going to be my litmus test, is to see how long this lasts.
Mm-hmm.
Does it last longer than 2 weeks? And I myself, I think it will.
Mm-hmm.
However, relating to the value of Vipassana, I don't think it has to.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's just say, I don't think it completely has to remain for the rest of a person's life. Aspects of it can remain for the rest of that person's life that ultimately improve their life and bring them an upward slope. And by upward, I mean a higher vibration, whatever you want to call it. Vipassana gives you those tools to help you get there, to help you raise your vibrational capacity.
Right.
And so, answer your question, sorry, in the long form, the too long didn't read version is yes. There are aspects of this that I will take with me to my grave.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. How would you describe your transformation in 3 words?
Mind, body, spirit.
Mind, body, spirit.
The Vipassana experience, again, the training course, the 10-day training course, you and Jorge know this, that the course is designed to feed and help transform the mind, body, and the spirit. The mind, in terms of giving it space to find itself, to associate itself, to reacquaint itself with the body, to grow and to eliminate, or at least accept, observe, and then pass through the thoughts that may have impeded us before. The body. Some of the best vegetarian food and I'm not a vegan, I'm not a vegetarian. Some of the best vegetarian cuisine I've ever had. I just every single day, every single meal, just going, wow, this is amazing. I had never known because I've never wanted to until now. That's the other thing, is that this experience is coated in the candy shell, but it still gives us the nutrients to feed our bodies to the point where, my goodness, I feel absolutely fantastic. I feel better. There are issues that I've had with my back that are completely gone now. Muscles are built. Mind capacity is, it's an unparalleled experience as far as giving us time during this 10-day course on this amazing property to be able to commune with the sea, with the grass, with nature, with the earth, with the sky. And that all sounds kind of, well, let's just say new agey, but when you get here and do it, you'll understand every single second. Within a moment, there are thousands of moments. And in those moments is where you're going to stop and look and see a blade of grass go, there's that blade of grass. And contemplation of every single part of nature and the air and earth, earth, fire, and water.
What would you say to somebody who is interested in coming but they're afraid of meditating so much?
I would say take stock in how much you meditate already. I meditated probably for about 15 to 20 minutes per day already, and thought that I knew how to meditate. No, this is going to take, to me, I'll explain things in terms of my experience. This is the way I meditated, and I thought I was doing great. And during the 10-day Vipassana course, I was trained to meditate this way, and I feel unbelievably transformed. So I would say to the person considering this, take stock in how much you already meditate, and consider that you're going to expand that at least tenfold to an ultimately comprehensive and encompassing meditation that's going to transform your mind, body, and spirit. But here's the catch. It's going to be painful. it's going to be painful. And that, I understood and I understand, that was one of my huge transformations. The pain is part of the meditation to me. It took my mind from the stuff that went on around me, the stuff that I thought in the outside world. It took it out and it brought me to focus on my body. Let's say the pain that I had from sitting. Okay, two choices. When I first started, I was like, God, I hate this pain. Just move. Yeah, okay. Eventually, the realization came to me where I said, and I believe you or Jorge may have mentioned this, accept it, allow it, observe it, and then breathe into it and understand that it's just a vibration. That's a profound transformation right there, because once I did that, the pain became a thing, a vibration that eventually shrank. It was a very good way to address the pain is, like you said, allow it, let it happen. Say, if you have to, I said to the pain, all right, you have to exist, but I understand that I'm going to observe you and observe your characteristics as more or less just a vibration. And when that happened, my pain went, well, I just kind of gave up and said, well, I guess if I can't change your behavior, then I'm just going to disappear.
What a lifelong tool, your relationship to pain. And actually, that's a huge reason I got into meditation and Kapasana and Vipassana, was because I would get these splitting migraines and nothing could cure them except for going into the pain and neutralizing it, which this tool that we take from Kapasana that you picked up on as you're here, I've found to completely transform my relationship to pain and just even in general suffering, right? Knowing that everything is going to pass, that everything is sensation, vibration, and yeah, I'm really happy that you got to find that tool here.
I did. And
yeah.
I guess my question to you is, how long you've been involved in this quite a long time?
6 years.
Does that awareness carry through?
Oh, no question.
Okay.
No question. I've found that every single course brings me deeper into who I truly am.
Yeah.
And who we each truly are is infinite and creative and a source of love, and through our lifetime it can be so easy to forget that and become disconnected and go out into the world and be carried away by ideas and identities of who you think you are and how you should be. And then this process of meditation, of Kapasana, of being in the body and being with the breath brings you back again and again and again. And this is something that I see to be lifelong work for me, and like a huge part of my purpose and path, and feels so good to receive it and support others. And
your actions demonstrate your intentions for sure. You are a pro with this. Very calm and easy, and extremely easy to learn from. So I can tell.
Thanks.
It's wonderful. Yeah, I can't top that. That's very good.
Thanks. Yeah, my joy, truly. And is there any last words about your experience that would support somebody who is curious about Kapasana?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
No question about it. Do it. This is the one chance that you'll ever get. If you're even seeing this video, if you're even watching this video, you've been given the opportunity to join a tremendous movement of energy and peace that's going to envelop the whole planet. Okay, that's enough New Agey talk. Now it's the physical stuff. The reality of it is you're going to be changed. You're going to be changed. Make no mistake. Someone like me who walked in and going, man, let's really see what this is all about. Came away, this is day 10, amazingly transformed. I'm here literally being a disciple of this because of the energy and power that it's given me, that my brain has become so focused. It's because I've become so exuberant. But let me go back and kind of readdress this. Do it. Take the Kapasana 10-day course. Do it. Take the K-Pasta 10-day course. Transform your life. You may not get another chance for this type of immense transformation ever again in your life. Take the opportunity right now. Call right now. Our operators are standing by.
Right now, for a limited price, limited time offer, free
Well,
99.
Exactly, and that brings up a good point. I thought about this as the marketing manager for Plexus. It's my intent and my goal has shifted and grown immensely to get back and drive more revenue, to allow funding for this sort of thing to keep on going, keep on happening. That's how we're gonna make this work.
Okay, Plexus.
Yeah. And I mean, there's the dream. Yes, okay. I'm dreaming and I know it's gonna happen. This is beyond the interview, but I've got an AI integrated ABM marketing system involving 2 huge computer platforms ready to go, ready to be targeted to an audience that we already know we have. Literally targets right there.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, just to Jorge, to anyone else, we're on the threshold as far as marketing, and we know our audience, we know our market, we know our target prospects. They're literally standing right out in the field. And when I get back, we start that machine. Literally, I'm saying it's ready the switch is ready to be pulled. So, in long story short, be ready for more of this.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dennis, for these words and your presence and just the desire to grow people's mouth.
Sorry for babbling on, but yes, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk about it.
What a way to break silence.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's all lit up.
Whew. Yeah. The floodgates.
So you guys finished with the first question?
Yeah,
Taking a
we're done
break?
with the...
Got it.
I'm kidding. You know how real that is.